Her 29-year-old son flee the country. It's been 3 years since Bernie Madoff's fall from financial grace. Now victims of his multi-billion-dollar Ponzi scheme are getting their checks. A trustee in charge of liquidating Madoff's firm says those checks will be distributed today. It is the first part of some of the money Madoff stole from them. The checks represent about 4.6 cents for each dollar they lost. The trustee has recovered nearly $9 billion, but much of it is held up right now in litigation.
In our internet-connected world, you no doubt have heard about this. Thousands taking to the streets of New York protesting what they call greed that led to the Great Recession in 2008. The Occupy Wall Street protests are spreading to other cities too, including communities in South Florida. As News Channel 5's Dan Corcoran shows us, local protesters say this is just the beginning.
Occupying Wall Street. Soon this movement could be occupying your street.
There's a groundswell out there. I feel like we're at a tipping point right now.
Andrew Kirshner is running as a third-party candidate, eyeing the 22nd congressional seat of Republican Allen West. He's also among hundreds of locals joining the Occupy Wall Street movement. The crusade is making its way south to Florida, thanks in large part to social media, Facebook and Twitter. Critics say this group doesn't have a unified message. Kirshner disagrees.
They're not organized only to the degree that there are so many issues in education and healthcare and foreign policy and elsewhere that are troubling Americans, that it's a lot to organize.
America has traveled a similar road in recent years. The uptick in the Occupy Wall Street movement can be compared to the humble and highly criticized beginnings of the Tea Party.
They're both ticked off with government and Wall Street. And, those are not issues that are necessarily separate.
Now the Tea Party has clout across America and, more importantly, in Washington.
It is interesting that they're growing from a small group, just as the Tea Party did, to a group that's spreading around the nation, including in Florida, just as the Tea Party did.
Similar ideals of change from perhaps opposite ends of the political spectrum.
This is the beginning. We're at the beginning of a very historic shift in American politics.
And Facebook and Twitter are abuzz about what's happening up there in New York City, but also about plans for events in our area. The Occupy Palm Beach group will hold an event at 10 a.m. Saturday at Bryant Park in Lake Worth. Dan Corcoran, WPTV News Channel 5.